Hello and welcome to a whole new decade, everybody. So what are you hoping for in 2020? Did you get a chance to think about your New Year's resolutions? I actually spent the first evening of this year at a party organized by a wonderful musician who brings together music lovers every year. In the midst of the dancing and the singing, she gave me a slip of paper I had written the year before. Everybody at that party had made notes of their wishes for the next year and given her the slip of paper. Well, guess what? I had completely forgotten this note even existed, and it was quite an interesting thing to look at what I had asked for only 12 months ago. And of course, even more interesting to see whether those wishes had actually come true. To basically see how fortunate I had been in the past year. Not that much of a surprise, some of them had and some of them had not. Okay, a few were not really in my hands. For example, my oldest daughter, that she had managed to finish school successfully, was her achievement and not mine. But when I looked at the projects that actually were in my hands that I had written down, I realized that those which had flourished, for instance, finishing a music project, were the ones I had continuously given time and energy into. I remember creating long to-do lists and fitting the progress of the projects into quite often quite a tight timetable. Why? Because they were important to me. One of them was setting up this YouTube channel, and I'm proud to see what I have achieved, even if there is much left to be done. So when is fortune good? To me, good fortune has two parts to it. One part is the part in our lives where we have very little or no influence whatsoever. Things which simply happen without our doing. They can be good or bad. And if they are good, we can certainly call that good fortune. What about the bad things that happen, however? Is it bad fortune if we don't get what we asked for? Normally, yes, of course. But actually, sometimes it may even be bad fortune if they come to pass. So it is a good idea to give what we ask for good thought. In every life there are incidents which throw us, such as the death of a beloved one, for instance. These are often the challenges we face, where we have to learn to accept that certain things are out of our power and learn to live with them. You are actually fortunate if you do well in letting go things you cannot change, no matter how much you want to. Then there is the second part of good fortune. This is the part where we do have possibilities, where we can make changes, both to ourselves and to the environment around us. This is the part where we make our plans and can learn to adjust if things go wrong. Now, making plans can be quite a challenge in itself, of course. Various management guidelines tell us how to go about them. Plans should be smart, some of them say. The S meaning specific, the M measurable, the A assignable, the R realistic, and the T time related. Specific meaning that your plans need to be detailed enough for you to lead you to success. Measurable is an interesting one, since not every goal is measurable. But you should have a clear idea of when you have achieved your goal. Otherwise, you might be running on and on without knowing that you've already arrived. Assignable means that if you are working on a project with a team, you should be clear as to who should be doing what when. There's lots of potential for misunderstandings here. Realistic means you should know what is doable with the resources given and what not. And last, time-related means you need to specify when you want to do what so that you can reach your goals step by step. So, to sum up, good fortune can consist in sheer good luck if things go well on their own, but also in the ability to let go and accept if something happens which is out of your hands. This does not mean that everything is out of your hands, however. So good fortune is also about reaching out where you can and actively going about fulfilling the dreams and goals you may have. Today's song is called Good Fortune. It deals with just a little part of all of those aspects. It refers to a life where fortune seems to have disappeared. They do say hope dies last, and in doing so, it has prevented people from giving up in the face of failure and doom. A hero who will hope in the face of doom is what makes powerful stories, such as The Lord of the Rings, Matrix, or Avatar. But it is not just hope alone which will save him and make him succeed. It is the continued quest for victory, even if all odds seem against you. Getting up again after failure and making new plans for a more successful life. In my belief, every one of us will face challenges. This is something which actually connects all of us as humans. How we learn to deal with them and growing in doing so is what makes the big difference. And in hindsight, and possibly many years later, some of us will realize that the challenges we once perceived as bad fortune actually turned out to be good fortune, because without them, we would never have left our comfort zone to grow. Wishing all of you the best for your learning and your growth in the new decade. Bye for now.
Took a wrong turn or two.